Hello, everybody. Okay, so хорошо. Let me see who is coming. Okay, Gift Amos. How are you, Gift? Welcome back today. Bumik Benro, welcome. Who else is there? Obi Egbuna. Egbuna. Yeah, Loki Osagi. Welcome. And Norma Nosa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice to have all of you. Nice to have you on board. Jacob Esson, Peter Edwards. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Joe Edashe. Go ahead and invite your friends. Go ahead and inform your friends and family, and we invite them back to join us. It's a joy to have you. We're going to have a very exciting fellowship and discussion time here with Harry and Ode, Innocent Magaji, Henry Act, Idara is here, Make Wealth, Agbulu is here, Pastor Wellington is here, Tuli is here, Matilda. Matilda is back. Matilda is greeting you, Harry. Okay. Don Maris is here, Adedamola is here, Kola David, Janet Babatunde, Legard, Prosper, Omo Naija is here. All right, guys. Thank you so very much, everybody. Thank you so very much. And just wanted to say, you know, we have the last man standing here. Harry is the last, you know, here we call him Harry. I mean Harry, but you know his name is really Harry. I don't know. What do the Canadians pronounce it? Harry. Harry. Yes. Okay, Harry. So Harry is here, and so yeah, he's the last one remaining out of the HMT students that came for HMT. You came before the anniversary or during the anniversary? I came on Sunday night. So you didn't attend the anniversary? No. I was in church. I was just about closing. Okay. I was the last person that came to the altar. Yes. Okay, you still met the... Yes, I still met the message. Okay. So, Harry is here. He came for the HMT, and yeah, he was able to see the church a little bit. And I just want to ask you, not about HMT now, but about your general impression, maybe even starting from the airport. Well, No, you had to speak louder. The way you did yesterday. My airport impression. No, not only airport, but tell us. Yeah, I had a lot of expectations. There were things that I wanted, questions I needed settled in my heart. You know, that's a good place to start. I'd listened to DSA's videos over and over. In short, if I'm in my house, then it's DSA's videos. You know. Now that is another thing. You know, I didn't know it is today now that I now realize why Nigerians talk like this. Okay. And it's just because you are going to court today with me. Yes. And on the way to court, we were discussing. Yes. Nigerians always talk to the person who is sitting beside them. Yes. In the third person. Oh. Okay, you are just saying that I listened to his videos. I listened to him. I listened to his videos. He just said, I listened to DSA, I listened to you, I listened to DSA, at least, DSA. But I listened to him, he said, he was telling me, when the person is there, that is not appropriate. In the English language, that is like, that is like you are making the person to become non-personified. Oh. That is putting the person as non-entity. Oh. Is removing person. But what I now understand from you is that in Nigeria it is rather the opposite. You shouldn't call the person's name, or that's what you said or something. Yeah, because of the status, because of the caliber of person. You know, like I was telling you in the vehicle, she was sitting so close to you, And she was so comfortable. If I was the one, I would not come close to you. I would just, just stay proper. I don't know why, but we call it respect. You are standing.
Don't say it is respect. That's what you call it.
That's what I call it.
Not just you.
Yeah, that's what I said. We call it. I said that's what we call it respect. Okay. Because I'm not used to having somebody that I admire and somebody that that I want to be like coming so low as to talk to me like a normal person. It's completely very strange. I'm sure DSA, you have met Nigerians that come here and we can't even talk to you and look at your eyes. It's a strange idea to us. We treat our pastors like that and they enjoy it. They expect it. It's even strange to call you your name.
Yeah, that was one. Why are you not calling me my name? You say he told me, he invited me, but I'm sitting right here. You can only say if I was not to be here, for example, if I was somewhere, then you mention the person's name already, then you are now saying But I'm sitting right here. You didn't even say, Pastor Sunday or Dr. Sunday or DSA or you.
Pastor, it's even strange, even in the Yoruba language, you will say, oh, leko, baby loruko.
Okay.
As in, you don't have respect. You are calling me by my name. I think it's a cultural stuff. It's not so good, but it's been imbibed so much in our minds. Imagine with parents like when I grew up, when my parents are talking, I don't talk. I don't talk. You just keep quiet. And unfortunately, unconsciously, I was beginning to raise my children like that until I started listening to you in November or December when you mentioned that asking questions is the mark of human development. So I learned not to shut my children up when they say, don't ask me that question. Daddy says yes, then it's yes.
You used to say that to them?
Yes. So now...
Don't ask me questions.
Don't ask. Because children...
Daddy has said it.
Daddy has said it and it's final. But you were preaching one day. Can't remember the video.
It's the love series.
Yeah, so I can't remember the video that you said. But you said, ask questions. Jesus went to the temple and all he was doing was to ask questions. I now discover that I'm killing the creativity of my children by stopping them. That inquisitive spirit is dying. So now they ask questions.
But why is it that you are not referring to me? Me at the city, I judge with you like this, direct. Yes, you couldn't tell me that at DSA, Pastor Sunday, you told me to, and you are saying he said, he called, I listened to as if I'm far somewhere.
Yes,
don't talk.
It's a lot of courage to sit with you right now.
Why should it be courage to sit with me?
Because if it was my friend that we went to school together far, but because you're like so up there,
That is what we have to break in the African culture.
I agree, sir. I agree. And it's breaking.
We can still respect people
yes,
without subservience. We can still respect people without fear. It means that in our own culture, we equate fear to respect.
Yes.
Maybe that's why all the people are frightened when I begin to talk about that people here and people like that.
Sir.
Those are the principalities.
No, those are untouchable. Those are untouchable.
And people are saying, even today, if you see how many letters from last night, how many letters I'm receiving in my inbox, and everybody is just trying to say the same thing. Who are you? No, why should you? No, and all kind of things. But it's bordering on the fact that why should I be insulting another man of God or an elder? Is it insulting? I thought I'm raising issues, and they are thinking I'm insulting.
Because we're not.
So for you to have looked at me and called me by my name or addressed me direct, concrete, like that, because you are saying, he said, the way, he said, but I'm here, direct your question to me, talk to me. So it means that could have sounded like an insult or what in the African?
It's not that it sounded like an insult. It's actually an insult in our psyche because we grew up like that. You don't question authority. You don't correct authority.
No, why don't you just directly address me like that, the way we were talking just now?
I'm working on it.
So is that also regarded as insult to directly say, Pastor, you invited me, I talk,
It might not be an insult, but it's like you should. So a Nigerian person, if because first I think it's fear.
It is fear.
It has been built into the psyche of who we are. So when you respect someone, whether your boss or the pastor or somebody that is not in your caliber, you feel the person is happier with you by.
But is it not the same Nigerians who are really abusive at me from Facebook in their comments?
Yes, because you are attacking the people that they've set as idols.
But don't they have that same respect? But you said they have respect now. So shouldn't they have the same respect to me, even if they disagree with me?
You know, DSA, you are in Ukraine. People respect you, but there are people they see every day. They see them every day. So even though they see you as a man of God, there are some others that they've put on one high. Very high. And for you to be talking to them, instead of them to see it as this is what Christ would have done, instead we look at it in a traditional, either Igbo way, culture. The Oba is talking or the king is talking and you are talking. Why should you be talking? Why should you correct the person? Leave the Holy Spirit to correct the person. You are not.
But if they are talking about insults, they throw a lot of insults in comments. But for me, for example, what I understand to be culture and character is, if I have the attitude and the understanding that I shouldn't insult people, then I don't insult anyone.
No, this is not generalized.
So I don't insult either the person that is my head or my close person or someone. I don't just insult anyone. It's a character thing. It's a principle thing. So, but I don't understand this one we are talking about, that you will say, don't insult the person. I will say, don't insult the person I respect. But then when you insult him, then I begin to insult you. So why do you say don't insult? If you say don't insult, then I'm saying don't insult, then I shouldn't insult as well. Doesn't matter what happened.
No, don't insult the person I respect, that I've elevated.
So it's not about the value.
It's not about not insulting. It's about the person.
So that same person that is not insulting now because he respects the person, yes, will have the freedom to turn his back from that person and begin to insult another person.
Yes. So you
then it means that he's not changed.
No, of course he's not.
It means that his content
is still the way it is. It's not changed.
Even that the fact that he's respecting this man, it means it is a show. It is eye service. It is deception. Yes. Because he's respecting this person now because it is profitable for him.
Yes.
It means when that same person does something that is against his expectation, or that disappoints him or angers him, it will just be to him too as he has been to every other person, because his own content has not changed. His own personality has not been evolved.
You're correct, sir.
I don't know if you get it.
You're correct.
Because, for example, if you are saying we are not allowed to look into our leader's eyes directly, or to see it like that, yes, or because we honor the person, that to me means your content, your character. It means that you have developed your character to a place where you don't allow yourself to insult anybody or to abuse anybody.
That's how it should be. But that is how it should be, but that is not how it is. So
then the emphasis is not on value system.
No, it's not.
Then it is not value that we are developing. So when we are saying, we're greeting people, we are behaving well, we are not even like that, it means.
No, that
is not who we are.
No, sir, it is not. Not at all.
Oh, this is a revelation to me, my God.
Not at all.
I thought when people do that is who they are.
No, not at all.
Ah, Shineke.
Not at all.
I'm getting another shock right now.
Not at all. So I can see that the person I've elevated is doing something wrong, and I will do like this, but just as I turn my head back, I can wash him and say all kinds of things about him. Because that's how it is.
No.
That's how it is. It's all eye service. It's all eye service. Either to get something or just to show that, yes, I really do honor you, but from inside, no.
But that's hypocrisy now.
Yeah, well, I agree with you. Now I can see it. I couldn't see it before. But now, in listening, in learning from you, Now I can see it. And it becomes more...
So it means the whole culture of that country encourages people doing that?
Yes, of course.
Acting what you are not.
Double life.
Acting the right way that you are expected to act.
Double life.
In the right place.
Yes. Then when you get out of there, it's something else.
How you see it?
Because the inside is not what you are showing. So maybe when you are in a relaxed environment, you can really show who you are inside.
Maybe pastors don't know this.
Pastors are enjoying the accolade.
No, but they don't know that those same people who are bowing to them could be thinking something else.
Pastor, from my own...
Or they themselves are like that towards their own leaders.
They themselves are like that. Apart from that, I don't think they care. I don't think they care. Just give me the honor and the respect when you see me. I really don't think they care about
So they don't know that what matters is not what you do when you see me, but what matters is who you become, what quality, what value system, what content of character is built into you, who you represent. That's what matters, really.
They preach that, but in their actions, they don't encourage that.
So who are Nigerians? Who are Africans? What is inside them? So it means people then behave accordingly, according to the situation, situatively, environment. And then when they live there, they could go home and be something else.
Yes.
Where is truth? Where is their truth? What have they built inside them?
Yes, you're actually touching the heart, because now I can see it. You are touching the inside, because that is why, let me not say Nigerians, that is why I have tried to stay away from Nigerians. Because I now see, because of that double life, I'm not sure of what I see when I see you. I'm not sure of when I'm talking to you, I'm not sure of who you really are. I'm not sure if behind me you go and see something else. So I just stay clear. That's actually the life I've lived, where in Canada, and it's becoming clearer to me. We are not what we show people that we really are. We are not, and it's quite sad.
I'm sorry, so continue from before you came to the airport, before we can get up from the airport.
Yeah, so I had expectations. I've been listening to your video. I've been reading
your book. You were saying his video. Yes. His videos. And I'm sitting here.
I've been listening to your video. I've been reading your book. I really have been since November.
I've been reading his books. I've been watching his video. It's as if you are talking about a third person before. But I'm the one sitting here. I've been reading your video, your books.
Pastor, there's a lot to change, even in me. I'm being very truthful. There's a lot to change. And that is why I'm committed to taking as much, absorbing as much, so that as the clean water goes in, the dirty water can go out. There's a lot to change. Character formation, character correction. There's a lot to change. I've taken responsibility for that, and I'm truthfully working on it. So I've read a lot of your books. I was doing one book per week, and also the videos. So at the time, I felt that is DSA not all about knowledge, maybe like a professor, So I wanted to come here and see who really is this man. Who is he? Does he have, is this his life? Does he have the spirit? When we talk about the spirit, the spiritual angle, is he like a professor that just reads and comes to lecture us? So that's what I really wanted to come and see.
What does that mean?
What it means is that, okay, I think I was seeing you the way I was seeing other Nigerians.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Is DSA living a double life? Is he living the life that he's preaching from his mouth? What kind of person really is DSA? DSA does programs and he doesn't even pray.
Okay.
doesn't pray. That angle of the spirit, is it there? I can't see. I know some people can sense it, but personally, I can't see him do any spiritual thing on the videos or the, so what exactly? I know he says it's solitude, but who really is he? No prayers, no, doesn't do those gym talk, those things. So I just wanted to come and see.
No prophesying.
No prophesying. Those kind of spiritual things that I was used to. So I was like, am I just listening to someone that is just feeling my knowledge? That's what I wanted to come and see, and I decided I was going to come for the HMT. I went through a lot to get to the HMT, but I was resolute. Different flights out.
So there are some people now who are expecting me to be showing spirituality like that.
Because that's what we've seen for years. That's what we've come to see as spirituality. The angle you are coming from is so different. Personally, it's so different from anything I have seen. There's no, my people call it spiritual gym. There's all those things are not, even in the HMT, we don't pray. We only pray in the morning, and that's when DSA will just come and we just start. So I'm like, anyway, from when I was watching from home, that is the spirit around this man, or is he just talking, or where is he talking from? So that was what I wanted to be my major thing.
Okay, you tell me, those spirit, those things you call spirit, the religiosity, the spirituality, the manifestation,
yes,
the spirituality like that. What would that give you at the end of the day?
Nothing.
No, it will give you something. I know it will give you temporary emotional goosebumps.
Temporary.
High, good goosebumps. You'll be high. You'll be relieved. Then 2 hours later, what happens? 4 hours later,
no change.
You'll forget. It's gone.
No change.
How many times have you been going to church to get that experience, and you have been getting it from childhood?
No change.
So what has that delivered to you? What has that done to Nigeria? Because God didn't call you and I to become spiritual. It calls us to be human. You know who are spiritual? Spirits. Angels. Even God himself, Son of God, Jesus was spiritual, but he had to stop being spiritual to function. He was in heaven, though, being spirit, God. He had to convert himself to being human for him to function on the earth. For you to function on the earth, spirituality could help you a little bit just to hear God. But what about if you can hear God without that? If you're a friend of God, you can have it for relief, but to be able to move forward into a real thing. But when you are on Facebook and on live broadcast, that is not the best way to do that. Because you can, if you are speaking to just the audience of spiritual people that are expecting that. But when you are on Facebook, you cannot predict who sees that video, who presses it. The whole world is watching.
That's true.
It's like God, it's like Paul was writing in Corinthians, and said, he that speaks in tongues should do it where he could interpret it, so that people would. But if you speak and people who are listening don't understand what you are saying, they will say you are mad. Sure. So the same thing when you are going to Facebook and you are doing spiritual stuff, and the people who are going to be seeing it, they don't really know where you're coming from, they will think you are mad. That is the wisdom in it. So you don't go to World Wide Web where everything, they will label Christianity as a community of strange people. You are doing disservice to God. You are pushing people away from God. So that's what Paul was trying to say there. Even in the church itself, he said, even if you are going to speak in tongues, speak 1 or 2 at a time. Or don't make it look rowdy. Don't let everything be done in order. And so that even if you are going to speak in tongues, don't speak without interpretation like that publicly. Unless you are praying, or you are worshiping, or you are, even in the church, he's saying don't do that. Talk less of on where.
Everybody can see you.
So that's why I'm not doing that. But if you will see my videos when I'm in the church, either in our church or traveling in other places, and you go and listen to those old videos where I'm ministering to Christians, just church people, Christians, then you see another Pastor Sunday there. But when I'm doing live broadcast things like that, I'm sensitive to Paul's instruction and Paul's wisdom. And I have to control it, and I have to behave, and I have to, contain it. Yes. No, but I don't need to contain it. It's just because the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophet. Yes. So it's not something like you have to, but that kind of thing you are talking about is personal relationship with God. Those things we have made to become public demonstration of worship and something. Church is what you are supposed to be doing your own personal walk with God. In your own time of, it's just like, okay, prayer. That is prayer. Yes. That is spiritual experiences. Those things are the foundation of a building. When a building is standing, you don't see the foundation. Yes. So, the way you read the Bible, your studies, your prayers, your prayer life, your personal worship time is supposed to be the foundation of your life. You shouldn't be relying on it being done publicly for you to feed off of that. If you do that, it means you are not living from inside. You are not living, your life is not based on personal relationship with God. Your life is based on feeding on what church is doing, or what praise and worship group is doing, or what the music is doing, or what is not about you and him. So it means that most Christians are now dependent on feeders from outside. It's not, they are supposed to cultivate that. And when you have that enough and in good quality in your own personal life, then you don't depend on to go to church or to church service or worship or people to be singing or fellowship. You don't depend on that anymore. Even if you go there just to bless them out of the abundance of the intimacy you already have.
Yes. I see.
That's why I talk about solitude, because that's when you can do that. You can enjoy yourself and just, worship God and be in the presence of God, be engulfed in Him. Not just in that, but every day in your walk with God. So you are so overflowing that you don't need to go to somewhere or listen to somebody to do that. So that is the foundation of your life. So for your fasting life, your prayer life, your worship life, your studies, all those things are supposed to be invisible. Part of your life that is between you and Him. It's like in the Garden of Eden, when God will come down to the Garden of Eden, He will come at the cool of the day. And they will just be together and walk. But during the day, He doesn't come to disturb them. It's a personal relationship thing when they're just intimacy. Yes. And it goes, and they function. So they are not functioning every day. They are not praying, and doing worship every day or in the God. So there was no prayer in the Garden of Eden? Why was no worship in the Garden of Eden? Why was no spirituality there? Because it's personal relationship they had. And then when the cool of the day is done, they just function. They just live out of that reservoir that they had.
I see it now.
So if people are expecting that from me, and they are using that to say Pastor Sunday is not spiritual, or GSA is just giving knowledge, then they are not connected. Because if they are connected, they should know that that is not ordinary knowledge. It's like Jesus, for example. When Jesus was here, He was going about doing good, teaching in the synagogue and teaching, and preaching in all their cities and towns. So Jesus was mainly doing 89% of His engagement was just talking.
Yes.
Talking. Only less than 12% when He was not talking, when He was doing miracles. And that is because, teach them to observe all I have taught you. It is all He has taught us that we will need to observe to function on the earth. To function on the earth, you need knowledge. You need wisdom. You need understanding.
That's true.
That is more important. Not that it's more important than spirit, But your spiritual life is supposed to be you, personal relationship with God, private. Then out of the abundance of that, you function every day. Like the apostles, like in the Acts of the Apostles, like in the Garden of Eden, they had that intimacy in the evening. Then during the day, the whole day from morning, they function out of that. Nobody, they are not praying, spirituality playing. They went to function, to manage the earth, to keep, subdue, name the animals. They are functioning. And when they retire in the evening, they are intimacy. But I'm sure that, I'm so glad that you raised that topic. And you wanted to come and find out. But did you get the answer?
Yes.
I think, apart from what I'm explaining to you now, how did you?
I got the answer from. I got the answer from the first moment I stepped into the house.
Into the house or into the church?
Into the church. I was just coming from airport. They delayed me. I was tired and fagged out, Okay. But immediately I stepped into the house. I'm not trying to be spooky, but there's peace. There's peace. There's peace. There's peace. Until now, I still feel that peace. It's
overwhelming peace.
Overwhelming peace. It's the one you cannot really explain. The one it's not coming out of anything that anybody told me. It's just satisfying peace. Something that just calms you down. And all the HMT, or most of the HMT people that were around, I kept mentioning, there's peace in this house. There's peace all around. And that was the first thing I noticed. The second thing I noticed was the relationship, the freeness, the freedom between DSA, between everybody in the house. Everybody was so free. They related to you like friends. I really didn't understand that. It was kind of strange to me, but like I said in the car, they sit close to you. Some of them come, they give you hugs. I really don't know how to say, but there's just this freedom between them and you. There's this connection between them and you, which I didn't seem to have, which was something that was different from what I expected. Another thing that I learned in the house, which is what we learned from, or which I saw in the HMT, was discipline. We were taught to be disciplined. We were taught that, or I learned that this life is not a joke. Mm-hmm. This life is not a joke. Every time you wake up for a reason. When you go to bed, you just don't go to bed because you want to go and sleep. You go to bed because you are done with your work and you need to rest to get ready for work the next day. I learned how to read. I started reading from when I knew you, apart from my professional book. But I learned how to read. I learned how to take a book, and in one day you finish the book and you learn something from the book. Which I did not believe is possible. Before I came here, I was telling my wife that my biggest fear of coming to HMT is the reading a book a day. But I did it. I did my presentations. I read the book. I learned a lot, and I'm going back now with confidence in my heart. I'm going back now a more disciplined person. I'm going back now. Yes, I remember. I learned focus. How to take a book and shut out everything else from around me and focus on that particular book and learn. I was still struggling with how to be in the here and now. But now I know how to, or I'm learning it, and I'm getting better at it, how to put my attention on something and fix it on that thing, get the value that I want to get, and shut out everything. How to concentrate 100%. I didn't know how to give 100% of my attention to something. Yeah. I learned that from the HMT. And I'll give you an example, sir. One of the places I grew up as a Christian, I used to go to my pastor's house. We used to go and clean. I personally, I love Jesus so much that I felt that doing things for him was making Jesus happy.
Doing something for the
pastor was what would make Jesus happy. So, and I would go to his house and I would be cleaning the floor. I would wash the clothes in the house, everybody's clothes in the house. And while I'm washing the floor in the sitting room, and my pastor is sitting on his chair. He carry his legs, you know, and his visitors are there. Some of them are churchmen, some of them are his favorites. Okay. And they will all carry their legs.
Why? For you to clean under it.
I will clean under it, okay. You know. And so when I see you and you are carrying chairs, you are doing things with us, it's just different from what I know.
Okay. Is that the reason when I was carrying chairs, you people want to take the chair in my own hand?
Yeah, because you're not supposed to carry it. You're not supposed to be doing
that. And I was wondering that what's wrong with you? Use common sense. I'm carrying one, but there are still others to carry. Go and carry the others. Why are you carrying the one that would be coming to remove the one I'm carrying? I'm carrying one, so go and carry the others there. Why should you be fighting for the one I'm already holding?
That's what the common sense has been suspended right now, because there are some things we don't expect, or I'll say there are some things I don't expect the pastor to do or the set man to do. And when I see him do it, it's my responsibility to say, no, don't do this thing, let me do it for you, even though there's other work all around. You know, so that is one of the amazing things that blew my mind here.
But when you are in Canada, your boss at work, but they are doing, and the owners of business, they are doing their work too.
Yes, they are, but...
Or you think anointed men of God are different? Or what? I don't get it.
These things are ingrained.
Okay.
They are ingrained. It takes a while. You know, I have just been out for just a few years. It takes a while. It really does take a while to get this crap out, to have self-respect and self-esteem and self-value in yourself, to see somebody and feel that, yes, even though you are my boss, even though you are my pastor, we are all human beings. You know, it takes a while for that to happen, and I'm happy it's already happening now in my life, because to sit with you alone, you know, and talk with you so comfortably. In the HMT, you ought to have felt, you ought to have seen how my legs were shaking.
I didn't even think of that. I didn't even know that happens to people.
No, it happens. So my friends in the HMT would tell you, I was so uncomfortable, but now I'm so comfortable talking with you, you know, and that's also because of the example that you are showing.
Well, you see the way Ukrainians relate now, no problem at all.
It's Pastor, it's unusual. To me, that's unusual. And to where I'm coming from, that's unusual. That's unusual. You have time. The bishops, the pastors, they don't have time for us. You have time for us. You're not just telling me, go, I'll pray for you. You know, you are. I sent you a mail and you replied me in 4 hours. You set up a meeting for us to talk. And you spoke to me on phone. The second time we spoke.
So what was the problem with that?
Wow. The second time we spoke for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Which shows that even though you had not met me, you still had time for me. You valued me so much that you could sacrifice your time.
Yeah, because I was listening to you. I was listening to your story, to your history, and it was interesting.
And to get to know in the HMT that your time, every hour is worth $1,000.
Yeah.
It means for that 2 hours that you spoke to me, you just spent $2,000 on me.
Yeah. But that's even nothing. For me, that time itself is more important than that 2 hours. Yeah, because it's only 24 of them in one day. So that's even much more. Yeah. So yeah. So what are the? So from reaching Ukraine, it is the house that has been a blessing or a surprise or
the house, and seeing the relationship between you and the Ukrainians, or you and the Nigerians that have known you. Just observing.
Yeah, don't you see the way the guys relate to me? It's very simple. Dr. Sufficient, Dr. Success, Dr. Victor, Dr. Anu, they are related to me freely. Or you don't think so?
Yeah, they are relating with you absolutely freely, but it's still strange to me, even though they are Nigerians. It's still
strange to you, eh?
Yeah, it's still strange. Or maybe it's familiarity, or
okay, you think it's familiarity?
Yeah, I feel maybe they are just familiar with you. You know, I know that's the ultimate of how relationships should be. You know, but I would still admit that there was a problem somewhere. I'm talking about myself. I will still admit that there was a problem, that I'm learning how to clean up, how to have self-respect for myself and self-esteem for myself, you know, regardless of the caliber of the person I'm talking to.
Because if you talk about the Ukrainians, the way they are relating to me, even though, like we said, they are sitting near me and I can hold me, you massage me, some people do my head, some people my heart, some people... But then they would not think evil in their heart when they leave. They will tell me right in my face if they have any problem.
No, that's...
But you will say yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, but you'll be thinking something else.
Exactly. Exactly. Absolutely. You've thought...
Or the Ukrainians might not say that too, but then they will not come back. They just take off. You will know immediately that there is a problem.
I think it's all eye service. I think that's just the bottom line. It's all eye service. You know, trying to make the person feel that all the respect that you show is really from your heart, but it's not. It's a flaw, and I think maybe it's the culture or something. You know, the respect you even at home.
Yeah.
You are beaten into submission. You know, you are told not to speak. You know, and when you talk, you are told not to question your parents. You know, I know some Nigerian families are different, but
not most.
Not most, just some, just a few. You know, you are beaten into submission. You are told not to talk. Keep quiet. When your elders are talking, don't talk. Keep quiet. What are you talking? What do you know? What do you know? What are you talking about? You know, visitors are coming to the house and they tell you, behave yourself. You know, you have to behave like this. You have to sit properly. You have to just keep quiet. You go to someone's house and visitors are asking, now, why is your child? Your child is so quiet. He's such a nice boy.
That's what they like.
You know, it's the where you go to, they are saying you are so quiet, you are so nice, and your parents are looking at your eyes.
Is that what the parents like?
Of course, you should be quiet. You should be quiet, you know, and it's quite unfortunate that Christianity coming to us has not even changed all those things.
So is it not the Christian family who do this thing?
We get born again and it's still status quo. I don't know, the stories in the Bible are just stories. They are not things that we are learning from. You know, but anyway, I'm really most grateful to God that I came in contact with this platform, because the mistakes that have been made in my life, I would have made them again. I would have made those mistakes again. I would have continued in my ignorance, and I would have continued bringing up my own children the way that I was brought up. I knew that they were not right, but I did not understand how not to replicate that life in the lives of those around me.
So, and there are some other points that you have about what you picked up while you are here in Ukraine.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I noticed that coming to the HMT, that DSA's books are a product of the life that he lives. I was here, I saw one day in preparing all the materials for the broadcast. It is real hard work. It is hard. It is not a joke. Every 2-hour program or 3-hour program, there's at minimum 6 hours work that go into it. Yeah. 6 to 7 hours hard work that goes into it. And yes, he still has time to talk to people. He still has time to listen. He still has time to make calls. Because you spoke to me in 2 hours when I was in Canada. And yet, that same day, you still had 2 broadcasts. You know, so I have seen how to use every minute. It must not waste. Every minute must produce value. It must produce a product every minute.
As long as that hour does not produce any product of value, then it is wasted. It is wasted. That is one of the practical things that I saw when I came here.
You want to, maybe you would like to hear some of the things people are writing. Or you still, maybe you want to still keep on talking the things that have happened to you, but it might be interesting to know some of the things in your Nigerian countrymen. But I think I'm going to really have to brace myself, because I'm happy that you are telling me these things. I will have to brace myself for a very, very serious readjustment when I'm on my way to Nigeria. I have to get used to what you are talking about.
You really don't know us.
I don't think I've lost it.
I don't think so. But there's hope. I am changing, so I believe that there's hope. Really, really believe that there's hope.
So Olufemi Ajani said, what you are saying is true, because people expect you to fear them together with the respect.
Yes, mixture. Culture of fear.
So the respect is not enough?
No, it's a culture of fear. It's a culture of fear.
So if a leader doesn't see that fear in you, it's like you don't respect them.
Something is wrong. And they will demand it. They will demand it. Even from home, even parents and children, I think that's where we really learn it. Even from home, it's demanded. Like somebody sneezes, and your parents must tell you to say sorry.
Sorry?
Yes. Yes. Somebody sneezes, and you must be told to say sorry to the person.
The person, or you sneeze, you mean?
No, let's say you
sneeze.
Yes, then maybe you sneeze.
I sneeze.
You sneeze, then my child is there, and I'll tell him to tell you sorry.
The child had to say that?
Yes.
Sorry or bless you, maybe.
Sorry or bless you, yes.
Bless you.
Told to say either sorry or bless you, depending on the circumstance. So
but sorry is different. Sorry is supposed to be apologetic.
Well, sorry. Yeah, maybe sorry is supposed to be apologetic. Yes, maybe, but maybe we don't know the difference. Maybe. Okay. But I know that I was told to do that. I have been told to do that.
Say sorry.
Say sorry. So it's just a culture of fear. We learn it from home.
Pastor Mark Wellington is confirming what you are saying. He said that is why I mistakenly called the wife Mama the other day. So it's already built into automatic.
It's inside. It's inside already.
And even though he knows that I'm teaching something else.
Yes,
he didn't even know when the thing came out of his
It's default. It's our default setting.
He was calling my wife Mama. He didn't even notice it. Until the thing had come out finished. You had to write me, oh, I'm sorry.
It's a default setting. Call people by name? No.
You shouldn't, eh?
No. That's not respect.
Okay.
It's not respect.
You will not be free to say Pastor Boss said.
No, it's not respect.
Pastor Sunday.
It's not respect. That's not what we count as respect. That's not what we count as respect.
Wow. So Pastor Wellington is saying the words we use in Nigeria sometimes is to idolize people.
Mm-hmm.
I have learned a lot from the essay, it says. So the culture of idolizing is prevalent in that culture.
It is known.
Wow. Well, have you listened to what I said about the culture of idolizing that is dangerous?
No, I've not listened to that message.
During the love series,
okay,
I spoke about the dangers of idolizing people. Even your own wife or your child or your husband.
Yes, you put the person at risk of being cut off.
Yes,
I remember that. You are putting that person at risk. I actually do remember that.
But the way you are talking now, if the whole culture is that, it's like our people don't know that thing.
Yes, we don't know it at all. I say we don't know it. It's not even like
it's not even as if.
No, we don't know it at all. At all. There are so many things that are alien to us. And this one is one of them. It's completely alien. We don't know it at all.
So what do we understand then when the Bible says Run away from idol worshiping. Don't idolize anything. Don't idolize people. Idol worshiping. The Bible talks about that all the time.
That's not going to the Babalawo.
Okay.
Yes. That's not going to the shrine to say, I bow, I worship. But...
So we don't know we're idolizing people? Or desires? Or pleasure?
We don't see it like that.
A typical Nigerian doesn't say it.
We don't see it like that. We've dissociated. In our mind, idolizing does not connect
with Geo.
No, we don't see it like that.
There's no way you can idolize Geo.
That's what we are doing in various ways, but we don't associate that word with the Geo.
It is clear.
But it's unquestionable. You can't question him.
Is that not idolizing?
It is idolizing, but in our minds, we just disconnect that word from doing that. Idolizing is just worshipping.
But they are worshipping a man now.
They are, especially when you can't question him.
So anyway, Pastor Wellington got it. Because he's describing it very well. Okay, then Naomi Soko says, this phrase, your life will never be the same, has been so abused by the church. But when DSA says it, it is so true. So people just say that, eh? Well, if I say that, it means get ready. It will really be so. That's exactly what it will be. Okay. David Agboyin said, yes, these things happen in church also. Africans will leave church and start behaving horribly.
Mm-hmm. It's double life, double standard. The life on Sunday is different from Monday to Saturday.
That's why the country cannot change. This Bishop Yinka Botosho says, the same thing happened to me like you are. The first time I spoke with DSA, we spoke for 1.5 hours. And we just met. Papa Shioma says, members are doing eye service in church so that their pastor can recognize them that they are the highest givers. Okay, let's see more of your lessons. Yes. Let's discuss them.
Yeah. So another thing that I picked up when I came here is confidence and hope.
Okay, where does that come from?
It comes from the fact that...
What do you mean by even confidence and hope? That's like strange.
I'm no longer living for me. I am confident to face the world. I'm confident to face challenges. I'm confident to be someone that can change the world. I was just living for make money, take care of my family, take care of my immediate surroundings, and go to church and wash the toilet and do service in the church and go to heaven. I was not living for something deep. I was not living purposefully, which is what I have in me now. I'm now confident to go and face the world. I'm confident to go and change the world because I know that I can change the world. Because in me is built. God has put the capacity or the capability.
So what you are trying to say is that before you came here last week, Sunday,
yes,
last Sunday,
yes,
this Sunday that just passed,
yes,
that you didn't have that.
When I started listening to you, I started building it. Okay. When I came, it has grown to a level that I can
mention that lesson again.
I am confident and I can see hope.
Confident and something hope. You said. Is that the way you put it the first time?
I can't remember. I can see confidence, I can see hope, I can see vision.
Okay.
You know, I can see I am strong. I can take over any challenge. I can face any mountain and surmount it. Any problem I see around me, I'm confident to be. I'm not running away like I always used to run.
Okay.
I'm not running away anymore. Because everything it takes to face any problem is already in
okay, me. Now you started to build that when you started watching the essay at home.
Yes.
And reading the book.
Yes.
But what did coming here add to that?
Coming here showed me the practicality of how it can be done.
Explain.
For instance, There are lots of activities we do in HMT.
Yes.
It shows me how to convert my time. It shows me how to value my time. It shows me how to take 1 minute and take it into a tangible product. It showed me from the lessons that were taught about nation building, value, it showed me how these things can be achieved. Looking at how you work 24/7 and still have time. You know, that was one of the questions I think I asked you or somebody. How do you manage to squeeze all these things into 24 hours? And you said it's by being in the here and the now. Making sure that every hour counts. That is one thing that I've learned from here. So no waste of time. No waste of time. Earth is not a place for it. It's not a joke.
If I'm hearing you well, I think so you couldn't have that. You got this confidence to change the world and confront the world from the fact that you have seen the way somebody is doing it.
Yes, practically, not on YouTube.
Okay, that's different.
It's different. It's different. I've seen it here. I've seen the way the Ukrainians do their work around you. I've seen the way that Babushi works. Even though she's with us till 2 a.m., the next morning she's still there, not with sleepy eyes, but bright face, ready to do what she needs to do. So it's not just you, I can see it all around. You know, and that really touched me. Then that book on faith. Faith is not just what you say. The faith to change the nation.
Okay.
It's not just what you say. Faith is result. And part of building faith for result is to know that all things are possible to him that believes. As long as you are on this earth, faith in yourself is absolutely necessary.
So did you see that kind of result, those kind of results in the people you see here in Ukraine?
Yeah.
Ukrainians.
Yeah, yes, so remember the day that you asked me to come out and you asked the Ukrainians to come. You know, you will see these people cleaning the chair, yes. But you are amazed at the achievements. If they didn't open their mouth to say it, you know, after they spoke that day, I was like, what am I doing with my life?
With your whole life. And you will soon be this 4th year.
I am.
Oh, you're ready?
Yeah. So I was like, what? I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? See, this one has written how many books? This one is known internationally. This one is
national hero.
Yeah, national hero. Okay, yeah. This one has achieved all these so many things. This one is a university, not a professor, but taking care of faculties. And you look at them, they are so, is it humble? I'll call it. I don't know.
Simple.
So simple. They don't look like it. So, and if they can achieve that, it shows me that they are exactly doing what you are doing, and that is how the result is coming out.
You see them changing their world.
They are changing their world.
And you are wondering, what have I been doing in your own case?
Yeah, I wasted my time.
But it's like everybody living like that where you come from, so.
Anyway, I don't know, but most people I think, I wouldn't want to generalize, but most people I think, at least I can confidently talk about myself. I was living for mundane things. I was not living for purpose.
Personal significance, I think.
Yes. And every other thing, purpose was either to be a pastor or how to go and do something in church. Impacting the world was not it. And even if I think about impacting, well, maybe it's about evangelism.
No, you are not serious.
No, but sir, truthfully, it was.
The evangelism is important.
Truthfully, it was. And now I'm going back with projects in my head. Now I'm going back with books. As in, I can see the topics of the books already. Now I'm going back to learn how to produce a book. I've been asking almost everybody I can see. Now I can practically see what I need to do. My eyes are now open. I can see it. And that faith and confidence now comes that it is achievable.
Okay.
This is not just what DSA does or the Ukrainians do. I can achieve it. I can replicate it in Nigeria. I can replicate it in Canada.
Yeah, that's what it's faith and confidence.
Exactly.
Just by coming to this Ukraine.
Just by coming to Ukraine. And for people, if you are still trying to decide whether to come or not to come, you are missing a lot. Listen to the video, read the books, but there's a difference when you come and you see the life that is lived in this place. There is a big difference. And
everybody is busy 24/7. Nobody is No talking, no sitting down.
No idleness. No idleness at all. And they are producing results. They are producing results. It's amazing. It's amazing. I refuse to feel bad about how I lived, because was it Dr. Success? Someone was saying that it took just 3.5 years for Jesus to do everything that he did. So I'm confident that I'm still going to achieve everything that I'm set out to achieve.
And I don't know if you listen to the story of Dr. Success, that he also was always very timid like this. All of them, all these African boys used to be timid. But look at them.
Yes.
They are okay now.
During the training, you could see the confidence oozing out of them. They know what they are talking about.
And they are not Ukrainians, they are Nigerians.
Yeah, but it's because you've rubbed off on them. They've learned, they've seen, they are becoming.
But the guy who just came from Nigeria, he's still like, he said he's all still like he's walking through the air. His feet is not touching the ground up to now. I gave him a microphone to talk. His knee almost gave him, so he had to go and look for the chair. And so I couldn't stand anymore. And his tongue dried up immediately. He just got confused. What is that?
It's fear. It's idolization. Yes.
Idolizing.
So when you are standing in awe of your idol, and you just freeze.
And when I want to hug him, he's doing like this. He's going down. He's not allowing me to hug him properly.
Yes, that's the default setting. It's the default Nigerian setting. It's what we do. We don't even.
I want to give him high five. He's saying he's doing like this.
It's the default setting. But give him 6 months, and you see the difference. I don't think anybody can come around you and not produce results. I don't think so. I don't think it's possible, because you live the results.
Because every day, yeah.
You live the results. I don't think it's possible.
And yesterday, people, even all these days, this guy has been here. Everybody is saying he's just sitting alone on himself and just smiling and smiling and smiling, and as if he's eating, talking to himself. So we're asking him, what's wrong with you? He said, I can't believe this. I'm seeing this. And he said, but you've been following me for 2 years. Listening every day to live broadcasts. He said it's not the same.
It's not. Yes, I said it. It's not the same. It is not the same at all. It's a different thing. Maybe we've come to believe that what people say is not who they are, because that is what we are or were. We believe that he's just saying it. That's not. But when you come,
he's just saying it.
But when we come, you see that it's not just saying it. It is real.
Let's highlight one of your points again.
Yeah, the other points are just some of the projects that I plan to do when I get back. Like I mentioned, the book. I told you the name of the topic. I can see the topic clearly. I never could imagine that I was going to write a book. I never could imagine it. But that inspiration came to me during the HMT. I'm a different man. I'm a different man. One of the projects that I'm involved in Nigeria concerning schools, dilapidated schools, and trying to renovate, and also trying to encourage some of the school children in Jos to come to school, because some of them are in the streets, especially the ones that have lost their parents.
Why Jos? Did you know anybody in Jos? Or?
Yeah, I have a friend that runs an NGO there, and we talk not regularly, and because of all the clash in Jos, some students have lost, some children, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, their parents are gone. And there's nobody to take care of them anymore. But they won't come to school if there's no food.
Okay.
They won't come to school. So what we've done is that we get them food just to entice them to come to school. We renovate some of the school blocks so that when it's raining or when it's sunny, the environment is conducive. But one thing I also got from the HMT is that we need to start inculcating the values in those children as they grow up. It's not just creating the environment, the values. Because I learned that values, they are the foundation, they are the building block of any nation. So when I go back, now I've called them, when I go back, we want to see how we can develop something, either to train the teachers, or to come to the assembly ground like twice a week to come to the assembly ground, talk to the students about values. Teach them about the values that every Nigerian should have. Have meetings with the teachers. Let them also inculcate these values and pass it across to the children. We are working with about 4 schools now, or 3. But at least start from there and see how it progresses. So that's one of the plans that I have to achieve.
Coming to Ukraine and staying behind because the HMT finished and you are still here, what additional benefit does that offer you? That you have managed to stay behind now?
The HMT was a boot camp. The HMT was a boot camp. It was military. Do this because they are trying to show you an example that you can replicate when you go back. But staying back helps me to really relax and spend time, see the workings around. Not HMT workings now, the daily workings of everything I see on YouTube every day. How does it work? How do you put it? And I wanted to be a part of it. Even if it's just for 1 week, I wanted to be a part of it. I want to inculcate as much values as I can before I leave there. And that's why I decided to stay one extra week. Because I wanted to learn that. Yesterday I was so excited that I was part of what produced what happened.
They didn't know.
They didn't know that. But I was really glad.
I'll explain to them what we are talking about because they don't behind the scene.
Our day. I'm saying our day because I was a part of it. It starts
with DSA.
With DSA, it starts 6 hours before each production. And
before this 7 o'clock.
Before this 7 o'clock, we take the videos, listen to the videos, everything, analyze every single line, every single sentence, get out action points from them or action lines from them. And while DSA is talking, somebody is typing. I was doing the typing part, So I know there's so much coming out of it.
Someone is doing the slide.
Someone is doing the slide. Someone is cleaning the slide. Someone is putting things in place. But the real work is listening to every single line of the video. Analysis. Critical analysis. And amazingly...
And that's what they have not taught us in Nigeria. Exactly. The churches don't want us to do that.
No, we suspended brains. And amazingly, DSA was taking points from the people around.
So what do you expect?
He's supposed to know, it is his program, he's supposed to know it all. But we say, okay, what do you think? And when the person brings up a point, DSA says, Harry, put it down. So everything is just together. He values people. He values their thoughts. He values their analysis. He values their own side, their contribution. Which is, although I didn't say that, but which is something that also struck me.
Yeah, because today you were telling me that if you are sitting in the car and only Nigerians were there,
we will not talk.
Without Ukrainians,
we will not say a word. Nigerians are like me. We will not say a word. We just, even with the Ukrainian that was sitting here, if I was sitting near I would have been extremely stiff. But they were so relaxed. We would just have kept quiet. And yes, you have mentioned the time when you went to preach somewhere. And
Nigeria.
Exactly.
In the hotel.
In the hotel. That is typical.
Yeah, remind them because they will not remember.
Yeah, DSA mentioned of the time of going to an hotel and he was speaking to the GO that invited him. And all the
other 6 pastors with him.
And while he was discussing with the GO, everybody was just mute. Even when they got into his hotel room, the guest room, and DSA was asking them that, why are you guys not saying anything? Contribute something. And I think you asked the GO, and he was like, that is normal. They are not supposed to say anything. DSA, that is our default setting. Wow. Keep your mouth shut. You don't talk when your elders are talking. Talk when your elders are, and it's part of the upbringing. It's the way we were brought up while we were children. When people older than you are talking, you keep your mouth shut. But I can see that is what I've created the atmosphere that we have. created the double life and the double standard. You live like this in front of one person and you live the other way. And that is not godly. It is not the Christian life at all. It is not. And it has also created lack of confidence in us. Because in yourself, you believe that your opinion is not important. What you think is not important. You know.
So were you also paying attention to the way the Ukrainians behave or what?
Absolutely. Their freedom with you is amazing. Their freedom, their lack of fear around you.
Fear should. Wow.
I don't know the word to use, but maybe lack of reverence.
No, there is reverence now.
Yeah, but it's not what maybe my definition of reverence. Okay. You know, I think it's fear. It's definitely.
I think it's fear.
Yes, it's not there. It's not there.
But fear shouldn't be there. You remember with parents, I don't know, in your family, in the house, the children are not, I don't know, maybe they are afraid in Nigeria, but for example, what I know is that in every family where there are children, before their father, no child should be afraid now.
DSA, that is an anomaly. What you just said now is an anomaly.
When the children are afraid in their own house?
Yes, when daddy is coming, you know the sound of the gate. You know the sound, the way the gate is opening. You know that his car is coming. Everybody, as in, whatever you are doing, you drop it and you run.
To go and greet him?
Greet him. Run away. Run away. As in, everybody runs away.
No, is it just your family like that, or you saw other people also like other families?
I saw other families like that.
So it's not just like your own or normal.
No, I'm sure if you go through the Facebook comments, you will see it there. But daddy doesn't come to the house and you are sitting down, balancing on your chair, and daddy is coming. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? It's not right. It's not right at all. They say, I'm surprised that you're surprised, but it's not. It's actually abnormal. It's actually abnormal. But now I can see that it's not.
Did you get opportunity to see my own children here while you were here?
No, I only heard one of your daughters when she was interpreting, but I've not seen them.
And you didn't see my wife?
Only when she came for the HMT.
So you were able to see her?
Yeah, I was able to see her.
Was that? Did you get something? Did you get to observe anything, or to notice anything, or to learn anything, or to underline anything?
Yes, I did. You know, she talked about how to behave like, how to be civilized. You know, and she mentioned some things. I did learn, because one of the things she mentioned is about saying thank you. She actually didn't say it at first until I came to give a comment, and she was like, she actually had that in her notes. She just didn't feel that she needed to be telling anybody that for civilization you need to learn how to say thank you. You know, I gave the example of when I just got to Canada and you enter the bus and people are going out of the bus and they tell the driver thank you. I didn't understand it. Why are you telling the driver thank you? What has he done? I'm paying you my bus fare. You should be telling me thank you because I'm paying your salary. So but why should, but everybody leaving the bus must say thank you?
Yeah, because the driver is giving you a service. His service, and is giving you the best service.
No, sir, I didn't understand that.
Okay, for example, when somebody brings you, what about if your staff, that you pay the salary for your secretary, and that same secretary brings you some glass of water, don't you say thank you? Or your driver, if you come home, you don't say thank you to your driver?
No. To your driver? No, sir.
Okay, then it's not a Nigerian culture, maybe. But here, you have to say thank you to your driver too. And to your maid that is bringing you the water and everything.
Sir, have you not heard stories of what we do to our maids? What we do to the drivers?
So to our maids at home, those maids at home, you don't say thank you.
How can you say thank you? You are spoiling the person.
Okay, that's where they're coming from, that you are spoiling.
You are spoiling the person. How can you say thank you? You're saying thank you to the driver. You're saying thank you to the maid. You are spoiling the person. The person will start misbehaving.
Okay. But if you come from that perspective that you are spoiling the person, then you will now also extend that to your wife. You will now be saying, how can you be helping your wife to go and carry the rubbish? How can you be saying thank you to your wife if she cook? Otherwise, she will also get spoiled and sit on your head.
True. True. Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
So people will be mistreating their partners, their wives.
It happens. It happens, but unfortunately, we don't even know the roots. We don't know where it's coming from. Okay. Not understanding that it's the evil culture that we've put inside of ourselves.
So the whole community, the whole culture, the whole society needs to be fixed all from scratch. Everything is broken.
If I was to, not me then, if I was to go to a friend's house, or Nigerians was to go to a friend, and you are telling your housemate thank you,
in your own presence,
I was like, why would you do something like that?
See, I like the way you said, you better have to do that typical Nigerian way. Yes. We call him
how can you do something like that? Papa J.
Eh?
Moabaje means you spoil the person.
Moabaje. Wow, Moabaje, okay. Yes. That means you
will spoil the driver.
Well, say. Because I need to, I'm catching Nigerian flavor from you. You are helping me.
Yeah, it's just like, I'll like, can't be driver like that now. You spoil me. You spoil me.
So you can't say thank you to your own mate.
No. JC, it's wrong. I'm talking from the standpoint of where I'm coming from. Yes, Oga. I'm a different person now, but yeah, it's wrong. You can't tell your mate. He's even supposed to be thanking you for allowing him to come and work in your house. He's now giving you food, doing this, and you're telling him thank you. That's you're not even respecting yourself.
You mean it?
Yes, you're not giving yourself respect.
What about if I bow to the maid?
Yes, you have finished it. No. That you have finished.
But don't you see me do that? Yeah.
No, you should. You can't do that to your mate. You can't do that.
But haven't you seen me bow to people here before?
Yeah, see, that's why people need to come. That's why people need to come to the HMT and come and see through how Jesus would have lived if he was walking on the face of this earth. How he would have lived if he was walking on the face of this earth.
So a Nigerian Oga cannot even bow down to recognize his driver or to honor his driver or his maid.
Even the maid will not allow him to bow down. As in, it's wrong. As in, right now you are saying, I cannot imagine it happening. Why? Instead, when your guy is coming in, everybody will be running to carry his bag, to do this one, to do this one. You can't look at his face, you must all look like this, you know. Then it feels like the big man, he walks with shoulder high, and all of you are just behind.
Yeah, I'm hearing.
Then all of you are just behind, following him, you know.
I see that happening with presidents, ministers, and governors.
Welcome, sir. They'll be smiling and taking our face away from you.
But all those, that's what I was saying the other day in the Asian thing. That why are they all greeting me? I don't need you to greet me. Go to work.
We need
it's subservience.
I agree.
It's slavery. That's why it's easy to enslave them like this.
Yes.
Like these pastors are doing.
Yes. That's why it's very, very easy. Anything he says, Oga says, Gio says, is final. Your ability to think and ration and, think is suspended completely.
Because somebody who is senior to you is there.
Yes, he has said it. It's final. Especially the religious ones. No, that's the... Then if I have any opinion, I will say it only with my friends. When he's not there.
But you still have it, but you say behind it.
I'll say it behind him.
But that's not fair. And that's not truthful.
Correct.
Huh?
You're correct, sir.
So, people don't realize that that's not truthful.
No, because we don't see it like, we don't associate that with being truthful Okay. We don't associate that with. I think we just read the Bible and just read it as stories. We don't apply it.
So you don't associate that to being truthful?
No, we don't associate it. Because to us, it's normal. He's God's spokesman. He's God's mouthpiece. So
yeah, but you are talking among yourselves with your wife or with your friend, that is, is wrong. But when you are with him, you are doing the opposite.
It's eye service. It is eye service.
You have a lot of comments here. You have a lot of, in fact, I will not even start to read because everybody seems to be saying you are the one who is correct.
Yes, I'm happy that you.
I think we should go and share. I want to just tell everybody that is watching this program to go and share it. Because this is our discussion. It's not just normal discussion. It touches on all the core value system of our society.
Yes.
And I want to call on everybody that is watching this program, please go and share it. Please go share the message because it will help a lot of people.
It will help a lot of people.
Because you are so open in discussing this thing. All the other people who are with me, they are refraining. Everybody pretend everything is okay. They don't tell me what they are really experiencing and feeling. Even when I'm asking them, they are afraid of talking. They say, yes, sir, okay, sir. Instead of them opening up and letting me know what's happening.
And that's living a life of lies.
That's what I'm saying now.
Living a life of lies. Be truthful. Just say, I want to tell every Nigerian, associate truthfulness with speaking your mind. Don't speak your mind disrespectfully, but associate it with speaking your mind. Say it as it is to the person, respectfully, humbly. But we must learn to build up. That is being truthful. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. So all this.
I think I have to do that series on questioning.
No, it's.
Or with critical thinking also.
It's key.
There are two topics: questioning and critical thinking. I've only done thinking, the thinking series, analytical thinking, but I've not done. Even laws of thinking. I've not done analytical thinking. I've not done critical thinking. I've not done questioning. I think questioning is the one I should do next.
It will be very long. And yes, I also like to just plead that when you do it in the context of the Nigerian society.
I don't know now. I'm learning now from you. I don't know very well. So I just did it from what I know. But what do you mean from the context?
Yeah, because when you say critical thinking or analysis, the way a Ukrainian will see that, someone from the West, is completely different from the way we see it.
Okay.
Like now, you're talking about truth. Truth in terms of being who you are, whether in front of somebody you respect or somebody you don't respect. You must just learn to be open. Stop hiding. Stop living a double life or a double standard, because that is not.
No, I didn't know that this was even like this in Nigeria.
Yeah, that's why I said.
If you have not if you are not telling me this thing now, I would think that Nigerians are not like that. Because when I was in Africa, I can't remember. Maybe I was too young to remember. I was not in church. Churches were not like this. So things were not like this. It was a different Nigeria that I was in 30 years ago, 32 years ago. I can't remember that people who are like this. It's where I grew up. I knew that it was the opposite. Everybody was just talking their mind. But from what I'm hearing from you now, it's like Nigeria has changed, especially with the advent of these churches.
Yes. The fear factor, the idolization, the living a double life, keeping quiet when you are with some people, not showing.
I didn't know things like that before.
They exist. And it's even now I'm beginning to see from our conversation that is living a lie. You are not being truthful. So I'm sure as we begin to bring awareness of these things in practical terms to Nigerians, then they can begin to associate that scripture with how they are practically living every day. I think that's the disconnect that we have. The Bible stories are more like stories, and we are not able to apply the stories. And that is why I think we will look at the scripture and we cannot apply it to our life. Everything was just roped inside, coming to wash the church, clean the church, or evangelize and rapture. But taking that word and living it every day using it to break the culture that is inside you, that is against the kingdom of God. We don't know how to create that connection. And that is why the kingdom is not making impact.
Maybe most of these people, either they have to leave the country to experience it, or I think that or maybe what we are about to do with Nigeria, so the rebuilding of Nigerian project.
Yes.
Maybe that's the only way out, because we are not just rebuilding the country physically, but with a value system.
Value system.
No foundation of values in this country.
No.
Yeah. No. Even Nigerians abroad are the same way.
And that is why when we come here, we are one way. When we go back, we change.
Yes. Because we don't really we are not transformed
from inside.
Our content of character is not changed.
It's not changed, yeah. So if the series, when you are going to do it, can be adapted, then it will sink.
You know what happens to me, what helps me with the Nigerian perspective sometimes, is that I like for people to come and comment. Because I don't, but so when the Africans, like the doctors, Anu, Victor, or Success, or when they are around, they now help me to bring it to the perspective of the Africans that I might not have known. And then when people call in also, I learn from that.
It's key if it is to make impact in our lives. It's very key to bring it home. And that is where the place of your ambassadors, the life programs that they do.
Like Kingdom Fruits?
No, I noticed that
the DSA family.
The DSA family, okay. They have their own programs.
Yes.
So that they bring it home.
In our
own way. This is this is it.
It's in Nigerian context.
It's in Nigerian context. So they take the message and they bring it out that okay, this is the life in the Nigerian context. So they help us to see it in the African way. so I think it's making impact. It's making impact. Because I've had friends that I call, we talk, and I mention DSA, and they're like, no.
Don't go there.
No. And I just say, forget DSA. Just listen to the message. Forget the name. Block your ears to the voice. Just listen to the content. And tell me if after 3 months you don't change. Forget it is Pastor Sunday talking. Just listen to the content. Are you not tired of the way you are living your life? Are you not tired of this life that does not have any purpose, no meaning? Why don't you just change and just listen to somebody else? I told a friend, just give me 3 months. Just 3 months. I will give you the books to read. I will tell you the video. Just 3 months. If your life doesn't change for better, then drop it. But it's always about, no. I've heard, my pastor said this one about DSA. I don't even want to hear the name at all. And everybody focus on that freeze. But it's like, my conclusion was just light runs away from darkness. That's just the best way.
What do we focus on that the freeze? I don't get it.
DSA, everybody will talk about that freeze, but we will not talk about DSA.
What do we talk about that the freeze?
Daddy Free said this, Daddy Free said that, he's wrong. We are analyzing what he said. But if it comes to DSA, what I've noticed, no, let's don't talk about it.
What's that?
But I don't know. Let's analyze.
They are not even praising Daddy Free. They are criticizing.
They are criticizing, but you are like
untouchable.
Yes.
Why?
The best way I can explain it is just light is running from darkness. That's just the best way I can explain.
Okay, I think maybe they have some arguments against what Daddy Freeze is saying, but here it's difficult for them to find arguments.
Yes, there's nothing to hold.
Their position is not as strong.
Yes, and again, Daddy Freeze, is an on-air personality, entertainment person. They have looked at his life, they've seen some things. Look at this.
So they can talk about that one.
They can talk about that one. But DSA, the results are there. So what do you want to say? The results are there.
But they are not happy with me. But they don't want to discuss what they're.
Yeah, because they are
even the ones of them that are discussed, they always say, why is he calling out names of people? Let him do his own. Let him preach something.
Yeah, because they are getting feedback from their pastors. And they are getting instructions to stay away. Oh God, it's so sad. So sad. So sad that we live our lives for people. we drop purpose and live for other men. It's really sad.
Are you enjoying the remaining of your days? Are you feeling you are going to be enjoying your stay here?
I love the day. I love the stay, especially since HMT is ended, because now
you are just enjoying.
I'm enjoying. I'm seeing the practicality of what is going on. I can be a part of it.
Talk to anybody.
Yes, discuss. Come to the house, talk to DSA, talk to the Ukrainians, go out with them. You know, because I need to get in. I need to get in as much as I can absorb now. I've not scheduled any meeting with you because I just want to observe. I just want to observe and I want to learn. I want to be a changed man. Enough of the old life. I want a change. And as much that I can inculcate while I'm here, I'm ready to pay the sacrifice.
Harry,
thank you, sir.
You've done a good job.
Thank you, sir.
And you have been an instrument of deliverance to a lot of people who are watching today. And I can only say thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And to our friends who are watching, I'm looking at the time. In the next 25 minutes, we are going to be back with the series on Pastor Adeboye and the God of Mammon. Pastor Adeboye and the God of Mammon. So that was the first part you saw yesterday. Today is going to be the second part. 20 minutes time, 25 minutes time, we'll be back to continue. Peace.